What's up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. Y'all know what's up. NBA Talk with Jay is Saturday edition, man. We're going live every day with some NBA picks, trying to cash for the people, man. Only thing we ask in return is you guys hit the like button, subscribe, share to your social media, retweet on Twitter, Facebook, whatever social media you're on, my guys. It's the only thing we ask for in return, doing the hard work pretty much all night, studying, trying to get these winning plays for you guys, man. What's up with you, Shark? Got my guy Shark and Sports with me. Make sure you go and follow him on Twitter at Shark and Sports. What's up with you, Shark?
Oh, a lot going on today. Saturday here, October 23rd, 2021. I'm trying to get my voice in good regulation. And, of course, all major sports playing today. We got NLCS, we got hockey, we got football coming, we got college football. We have tons of games, tons of action. If you're a sports bettor, you got to love this environment. If you're a sports fan, you got to love this environment. Truly, if you're a life lover, you got to love this environment. What's better than a Saturday in the fall? We're excited to be here. We're excited for you guys in the chat. Bring the comments, bring the conversation. We love conversation. We don't love negative energy, which is basically defined as coming at Jay and I. Just a point of reference I want to make real quick. Jay and I are good friends in real life. We're not competing against each other. I'm not some random dude he put off the street to come onto his show. We want to dominate. We're going to be here every day during the regular season. And to the guy who said don't bob your head, I'm not going to sit here like a statue and fall asleep during the show. I'm Graham Sheesby. I'm the Shark. I'm hyped, and I love to bring the heat. If you don't love it, go do something else. And then let's talk some NBA basketball. We have a guest coming in here today. Our man Tyrique Mims, hailing from the MAC, I believe a product, University of Buffalo. They might be playing a little college football today. Tyrique, what's going on, brother?
How are we doing today?
We chilling, man. We chilling. What's up with you? So Tyrique, it's your first time on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm bringing you on, give out some plays, man, and then we're gonna get Junior Brown in here. But you my guy, I played your video plays last year, man. I'm all about the people, trying to bring guests on, send videos in, all that, man. So somebody want to come on the show, y'all just let me know. What's up with you, Tyrique? You ready to break some games down, my guy?
Yeah, of course. Always appreciate being on the show with you guys.
Anytime, my guy. Anytime. Let's get to it, man. First game of the day. Let's go ahead and go to this Heat. Well, I want to talk about the game of the day, man. We're going first, top of the top. Mavs versus Raptors, my guys. Mavs laying 4. It was at 3.5, up to 4 now, even pushing the 4.5 now. Mavs with a terrible outing in the game 1. Now this is going up against the Atlanta Hawks team who is stout defensive. They got a lot of defensive stalwart type of guys they can throw at Luka. They have the size, they have the bench, they have the coaching. They have everything. So now you got the Mavs coming off of absolute blowout loss with a new coach having a lot to prove here, Shark. They're laying 4 in Toronto. 3 games in 4 nights, back-to-back. They're coming back to the house. Hadn't won a home game yet. I'm sure they'll be turned up, but do they have enough offense to keep up with the Mavs here, Shark? What you think on this one?
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. And the real standout point from this board that we just discussed off the record, 6 out of 8 games tonight involve a team on a back-to-back and a layer deeper, a 3rd and 4, oftentimes with travel. Of course, you guys watched us last year. This is the spot you fade in the sport. It's the ultimate fatigue spot, particularly off travel. What do you find here? You find the Raptors off a huge win in Boston last night, which I suggested would happen on the record yesterday. We like to find consistency to the inconsistency. I think coming back home here is going to be a great spot to buy Dallas. Look at Dallas. Obviously, we had Atlanta correctly, so we have a good standpoint on the Jason Kidd newfound group here. They come in here last year, early season. They did get throttled in Tampa, but again, against Toronto, 116-93. And again, in terms of line functionality, that was minus 3.5 Toronto. So when Toronto is laying 3.5 at home and blows you out by 20-plus points, and then you come back the following year against the same franchise and you open up at minus 3.5, the books are telling you a damn good story here. They're telling you, essentially, Toronto will be fatigued tonight, and that Dallas will bounce back off the opener. Official play for me, minus 3.5 book personally myself last night, as this is a ringer. We're going to have 4 or 5 official plays here, so get ready to dominate. And we'll throw it over to Tyrique with some comments.
Yeah, man, I'm on the same wave as Shark, man. I like the Mavs tonight, especially after watching what Toronto did yesterday. They came off a huge win against Boston, like they kind of circled the wagons after not playing well in their first game. Came off a really good second game last night. Now they got to travel back home, play again tonight and then play a Mavs team that's pissed after they got blown out on their season opener on, national televised game. So on top of that, they got to come back in with the type of edge. So I like Dallas. Dallas is a really good pick in this spot. Now I think it's up to 4. But I still like the Mavericks at that 4-figure. So, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I like the Mavs too, man. No fanboy hometown shit, man. Maybe a little bit, but I like the Mavs today, guys. Even without the fatigue spot, you look at this Raptors team. They have some small guards out there. I know last night they tried to really try to distribute the minutes differently. Like Dragic only played 11 minutes. That's probably because they knew that they had a back-to-back. So and Dragic was in the starting lineup, so they're kind of messing with the starting lineup. Not a lot of continuity out there, guys. They're still starting Precious Chua at the center position, in my opinion. There's no way that they should be doing that. They played a really good game versus the Celtics last night. I'm glad I watched the whole game. I'm like when it's the team that's on a back-to-back the day before, I watched that whole game just to see how they run the minutes, how these guys are playing. Celtics absolutely didn't come to play. Their defense was non-existent last night. Raptors came out there, smacked them in the mouth. They were ready to play. Simple. So they did expend a lot of energy in that game, in my opinion. I do think they'll have a letdown spot tonight. Maybe Raptors win the next home game tonight. This is the one for the Mavs, in my opinion, going up against a lot weaker opponent, in my opinion. The step down in competition is huge. So, like I say, man, we saw this Mavs team, even in the preseason, smack a Hornets team up by like 50 points. So we know that they can play some good basketball. They just went up against a really good defensive team in the Hawks. They're going up against another really good defensive team, but they don't have nowhere near the offense that the Hawks have, my guys. So I expect offense to reign tonight. Mavs still have a pretty good defense as well. Jason Kidd, new coach, he wants to get on the winning side, my guys. So give me the Mavs. I'm with Shark. I played the -3.5. I'll go official with Mavs -4. Let's fucking go, my guys. Next game up. Let's go to we got the Pacers, man. I'm sorry for anybody that took Pacers money line yesterday or took them when they were a favorite. I come on here on the show early, gave out +1.5. We got lucky, but the final score is the only thing that matters, my guys. But this Pacers defense has been absolutely trash, guys. What you think about this one, Shark? Maybe you can bring him.
I'm just getting my fashion right with my man Tyrique here. We got to look proper here on a suddenly not so casual Saturday. And we go to the visitors' locker room. Miami Heat come in here. 3 matchups last year. Again, the line functionality here matters. Miami lost 2 games to Indiana last year in Miami mid-season. The lines there were -3.5 and -4. Then they went into Indy in a double revenge game later out of the year, which we had correctly in the spring. Miami -2.5. They did win the game 92-87. It came late, which was symptomatic of Miami Heat basketball in the 2020 campaign. They were inconsistent and they were unpredictable. But when they wanted to show up, they could. I think this is going to be a standout narrative point with this team coming into this season. I think it's in their mind. We can't come out so lackluster this year. We really shut down off of a deep bubble playoff run the previous COVID campaign. I think this is a real big bounce back by team here early season. They did, of course, showcase that in a J Money special, a 40-point blowout to Milwaukee in the previous game. I don't think it slows down here. I think this is going to be a bye team, and we will see certain teams in the early going here who are going to run 80% cover rates over probably the first 15 games. Then you look at the other side of this. Of course, as I said before, back-to-backs, 3rd and 4. Look no further, Indiana Pacers. 2 straight overtime games on the road, come in here off a really brutal outright loss last night. Yet again, I think if you find fatigue in the legs, it would come here. It might come in the 4th quarter. It doesn't matter. I think we cover the game. Miami -4 official. Ty?
Yep, no, I can't agree any further more. Like I said, Miami's my team, so it's a little bit of homer pick, but it's not really. They were very consistent last year. Like you said, you touched on it. They would come one game, they would look like they were world beaters, and the next game they would lose by like 20. You know what I mean? They would come out like luster. So like you said, I think the sense of urgency is really there this year for them to come out and establish like, hey, we can't be screwing around. You know what I mean? It's go time. They got some dogs. They added, Kyle Lowry, PJ Tucker. Those guys matter, especially on the defensive end. And the Pacers can't play a lick of defense. Oh my goodness! Like Jay said earlier, they can't even spell defense. So especially for the Heat, today coming into the game, I think the Heat with a huge defensive attitude too. They will limit the Pacers scoring too, and the Pacers can't guard anybody. So especially on top of that, and Tyler Hero is looking real good this year. Coming off the bench, they got a nice extra weapon, extra piece there too. So like Shark said, -4 is a great look here, especially like you said, Indiana after last night playing in an overtime game too at that. So, extra tired. All the guys are logging major minutes. Brogdon, you got Turner, Sabonis. So those guys are going to be tired. And Miami's coming in here with fresh legs and ready to start the season. So I like Miami here.
Yeah, it's definitely heat or nothing for me, my guys. I must say, the Pacers they're bad right now. The defense is absolutely horrible. Like you say, 3-4, and the fact that it went to overtime and you lost a heartbreaker as well. I can really see them start to get down on themselves, have even more of a letdown game. Me personally, I can't bet the Heat in this game unless I see Lowry in there for sure. He is their starting point guard. He is the only point guard on the team. Coming off the bench, they have to stagger the minutes with Jimmy Butler run the point guard and Tyler Hero, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it did work. It worked against the Bucks. I'm not sure if it'll work all year. It's definitely heat or nothing for me, guys. I'm not looking to take the Pacers. Maybe when they get LeVert back, maybe when they get TJ Warren back, start to get a little bit healthy. There's no way I could take them tonight. It's definitely heat or nothing for me, my guys. Definitely should cash that one. Let's go to another game here. Let's talk about the first game. I don't have a whole lot on this one. Hawks versus Cavs here. Like I say, open up at 7, went to 8 quickly. Back down to 7.5 at some spots. All the money is on the Hawks here. I don't think there's a single person on the Cavs. I'm seeing 99% of the money on the Hawks right now. It's a tough game, man. I'd like to lean to the under in this game. You guys know I'm not a huge total guy, but I do know the Hawks are one of the better defensive teams in the league. They have Capella. They got guys like Hunter. They can throw at anybody. Cam Reddish. They can throw at anybody. So I could really see the Cavs struggling to score here. And if you look at it, the Cavs not bad defensive team as well. They added some size over there in Mobley. You got Jared Allen, a damn good rim protector over there. They actually have some defenders over there. I could see that game going under. You see it open up at 223 down to 222.5. Chart, what you think about this, my guy?
Yeah, well, the trend continues. Cavaliers, 3rd and 4 situation here. You go back to last year, the Hawks did lose the first 2 games of the campaign to Cleveland. The Hawks were another team that fits this narrative, really did not come out particularly well in the first 30 games last year, of course, leading to a coaching change. Ever since that coaching change, this team has been a completely different group. I mean, look no further than going to the Eastern Conference Finals out of nowhere. And if you look at the line here, this line is definitely showing strength. This is coming up in strength from all environments last year. They did lay -5.5 in the last one at home and win 100-82 when they finally got their act together and did double revenge Cleveland last year later on in the season. When you laid 5.5 at home, you win by 18. It comes in at the road at a higher figure. It should come down to 2.5, not come up to 7.5. The line is all over the Hawks. You get a fatigue spot for the Cavs. The Cavs have competed reasonably well in the first 2 games. They played hard last night into the 4th quarter. A young groups, and I even direct you back to Trae Young and the boys as young groups the past 2 seasons. They were horrible on 3rd and 4 situations. I think you might see that with the Cavs tonight. Nothing official here, but I would never, ever be taking the Cavs here tonight. I think the Hawks are the best look here.
Exactly. Tyrique, what you got any more plays for us, my guy? Do you have a look on this game? And if not, any other plays that you like, my guy?
Yeah, no, I don't have a look on this game. Like I said, I've never been. Every single time I pick a Cleveland game, it seems like it's the opposite side. I bet Cleveland, they should be bad, and then I bet the other team in Cleveland comes in world's beater. So I don't want anything to do with this game personally. But another game I do like Portland later tonight. So Portland coming in tonight after losing game 1 to Sacramento. Damian Lillard playing a terrible game. And then you also get Phoenix coming in tonight after playing late in LA last night, which is obviously a big emotional win. But Phoenix is also that kind of team that gets up for these kind of games still. So that kind of makes me a little nervous still. But I think that obviously with Portland being 2.5, it kind of gives you like a pause, like, why is Portland the favorite? So I kind of like Portland to get it going here in this spot. So Portland -2.5 is my other look. So.
Shark, what you think about that play, my guy? The Blazers sitting at 2.5. Suns, 3 and 4, roll back to back, going from LA. What you think about this one, Shark?
Yeah, this is another real tough spot for the road team here. Again, Jay just said it, Ty said it, I'll say it. 3rd and 4 back to back off a huge effort last night in LA. Now you travel from LA to Portland. I'm not out there on the team flight. It doesn't seem like a real agreeable trip for me. I'd rather hang out in LA overnight on a Friday night and chill, not go up the Pacific Northwest and what's going on up there. And anyway, you look at the other side of this. Portland did lose all 3 games outright to Phoenix last year. So you get a triple revenge game. One was really heartbreaking, the final one of the year, 118, 117 in Phoenix. Phoenix laid 2 points there. It comes 4.5 points the other direction. That is 1.5 points of extra strength, which we like to see. Take it to the other side, or continuing the point. In Portland last year, the Suns did lay 4.5 points and win 127-121. So again, the line functionality seems to matter here. When the road team comes into Portland and lays 4.5, they cover. Now it flips to the home team in a triple revenge game. ultimate fatigue spot, triple revenge, and of course, Chauncey Billups-led group were really lackluster coming out of the gate in the home opener against the Kings. They tried to find it late. They could not. So you get all boxes checked. One team's too hot. One team is too cold. A triple revenge game, and the line's checking the box. Official for me, Portland -2.5.
Gotcha. Yeah, I couldn't talk you guys off. Obviously, the numbers on it, the numbers letting you know it could be a fatigue spot for the Suns. Obviously, in their first game, they didn't look so well. Those versus the Nuggets, though, they had really great team defense. The way that you beat the Suns is a really great team defense. I'm still interested on this Portland team, to be honest with you, even though the numbers on them, the spot favors them. Right now, I can't bet against the Suns. I'm watching the game last night, obviously, because they have the game. Now, if it's a tight game, that's one thing. But they were up by 30 points and got to rest all their guys. So not the same back-to-back, still a fatigue spot. Obviously, the jump shots could not fall. Chris Paul is getting up there in age as well. The Blazers have a lot to prove here. I still want to see how they look with Chauncey Billups out there. Like I said, they lost to the Kings. I didn't think they should have been laying points. I am still a little bit surprised that they're laying here tonight. I hope you guys cash. This is one that I'm staying off of, Tyrique. Recapping with your plays, my guy, and then we're gonna get you out of here.
Okay. Yep. There was just one more play I didn't touch on. I'm also going to take the Detroit Pistons tonight against the Bulls. Yeah, I'm going to take the Pistons. I had the Pistons the other night too against the Bulls. Very, very tough. They were covering the whole game, and then all of a sudden, with the last 3 minutes, Chicago turned it on. So I'm going to go back to the wall, and I'm going to take the Pistons here. I think the Bulls are getting a little bit too much love. They haven't really played anybody. The Pistons are actually a pretty decent team for covering last year as well. So they, come to play. I think the Bulls obviously playing last night as well against New Orleans. So I think this is a 3rd and 4 as well. So I think you will get a good effort from Detroit here, obviously with a revenge game too. So revenge game reek today with the Pistons. So that's my play.
I like it. My guy Tyrique, come on here. It always seems like we have the same plays, bro. So I mean, obviously I didn't tell anybody what I was on. You come on here and like the exact two that I like, my guys. I did bet last night the Pistons plus the 9. This, what I'm saying? Person made a small bet. Pistons plus 9, Mavs -3.5. I figured both of them may move, and they did, man. But I appreciate you coming on, Tyrique, for sure, bro. Just recapping with your plays one more time, bro, before we let you out of here.
Yep, of course. Yep, I got the Pistons plus 8.5. I have the Mavs -4. I have the Heat -4 as well. And then I also have the Fire Blaze them -2.5. So those are my 4 plays for today. So
sharp plays, my guy. Sharp plays, Tyrique. I appreciate you coming on. Anytime you want, my guy. You can come on. Let's cash some tickets. It's all love and respect, my brother.
All right, I appreciate that. Appreciate it, Sharp J.
For sure, my guy. What's up, Sharp? Now it's time to we got another guest coming in here, man. Without people asking, damn, man, where Junior is? So Mr. Brown is here. I think UPS delivery with the Jordan jacket. What's up? What's up, Junior? Everything good?
I'm on my Sith Lord vibes today. What's up?
I like it.
Hey, the people in the chat looking for you, man. What's up? Where Junior is?
Nah, I'm just outside smoking real quick. It's starting to get cold as hell out here, bro.
I'm
not Miami right now. I got used to that Miami life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, that Miami, hey, there's some big dogs right there. But yeah, I wanted to recap what Tyrique said real quick with this Pistons play, guys. So we saw the Bulls pretty much sleepwalk, not necessarily sleepwalk. The Pistons were on their ass in their first game, pretty much all the way to the fourth quarter. Actually had the lead most of that game. Obviously, they were at the house. It was first game of the season. The Bulls starting to get a lot of love now. I know a lot. We were on to thinking that they may struggle out to start the season, whatever. A lot of new guys, a lot of one-on-one basketball out there. They're coming off a back-to-back. They didn't have to fly anywhere. So even though it's a back-to-back, no travel here. Still, I didn't necessarily think the Bulls should have been laying 9 here, Shark. What you think about this Pistons versus Bulls spot today?
That was the only deterrent for me to take the Pistons. I want to take the Pistons in a revenge spot here, but again, I don't like the number. And you keep saying these things, Jay, and I trust you. I love you to death, you're the man. But I always do say odds makers know this stuff too. So when they move the line, they take into account all these dynamics, generally speaking. I think they're telling you that the Bulls ultimately are going to play a better game than they did in the opener. I don't have an official on this one, but if I had to look at the number is on the Bulls. But again, buying them on a 3rd and 4 back-to-back off a huge win is a bit of a difficult thing as well. So nothing official for me here. Junior, any comments on this one?
Number's too big for me. I cashed it with the Bulls last night. As much shit as I talked about how gassed their fan base is, I get it. I understand why they're gassed, but to lay these heavy numbers with a team just because they appear on ESPN more than the average is not enough for me.
Yeah.
I need to see more from them to start blindly. I mean, this number 8.5, 9. That's for the elites. That's not for the 5, 6, 7 seeds. So. Which is what the Bulls are. So to answer your question, I will never lay that many points with them. I don't care who they're playing. Not right now. Maybe in a month.
Exactly.
You know, once I have more evidence that they are who we think they are, or who most people think they are, then yeah. But based off of what I've seen so far, it's not enough.
Yeah, right now you can't. I'm not saying you can't, but the Bulls shouldn't be 9-point favorites, especially off of a team that they just faced as well. Revenge spot. They are at the house. It is still a bounce. It is still a back-to-back, and it is still the rest advantage for the Pistons here. So last game closed at 5.5. This one's at 8.5. It's pretty much just giving you 3 points at home there. So no real number move in my opinion. I did sprinkle some on the Pistons +9 last night, my guys. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see them possibly even win this game as well. So I'm taking the points. Revenge spot. They have the rest advantage as well. And I don't think the Bulls are there yet to be laying 8.5, 9, even though they're at the house. They're playing a ton of one-on-one basketball right now. And Lonzo, obviously coming off a big game last night. He was supposed to. He's playing this old team in the Pelicans where it was an emotional high for them. Hey, let's get up. Let's smash my old team. Now you're going up against a team that you just beat the other day. Very, very uninspired spot. I did put some on Pistons +9, my guys. Let's get to the next game. Let's go to Junior. Did you have anything about your boys over there, Miami Heat versus the Pacers? We know the Pacers are terrible as far as defensively, coming off an overtime game as well. Junior, we already went through this one, but did you have a play on this one?
Yeah, I actually had the team total of the Pacers under 109.5. The Pacers, sorry. The Pacers are averaging 119 points a game, but that's a little bit of fool's goal. Their pace right now is right around 21st, depending on where you get your metrics from. And even the last game where they put up a $130 something, they had to go into overtime and they had to shoot the lights out to get to that total. So I think against a Heat team that actually plays real defense and can counteract the two bigs. If you guys saw the game against Charlotte, and even a little bit against the Wizards, the Pacers are eaten on the inside with Sabonis and Miles Turner. Even though Miles Turner is a stretch four, when he does cut to the basket, he does get some pretty easy looks. I think the Heat can shut that down. So I think that 109.5 is a little bit too much versus this Miami team. So I took under with the Pacers.
The Heat are definitely one of the best defensive teams in the league, in my opinion, my guys.
Yeah.
One more, Junior. This as far as games that we didn't go through, Mavs versus Raptors. Did you have any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, actually, I took the Mavs in this one. The Raptors are ass cheeks. Let's just be honest. Yeah, listen, and I'm gonna keep saying this. The Raptors are committed to small ball. Okay, cool. I understand that. If you look at the makeup of their roster, especially with Boucher injured, they don't even really have a choice. They can say they're committed to it, but it's their hand is kind of being forced, right? Scotty Barnes played out of his mind against the Celtics. Most of the Raptors showed up, and they should be encouraged because Van Vliet played another poor game and they still won against a tired Celtics team. I think this Miami team, the best version of this Miami team is a small ball lineup too, if we're just being realistic. Porzingis ain't trying to go and bang down low. So if they can play him as just stretch five and open up the floor for Luka, I think this is a bounce back spot for the Mavs. I'm really fading Toronto as much as I'm laying with the Mavs. So yeah, that's my
damn good point there. We are fading the Raptors as well, coming off that huge win in Boston, back-to-back, 3rd and 4, all this young team. Like you say, I'll say it one more time. Starting pressure Chua is madness, in my opinion. Starting him over Birch is absolute madness. Let's get to some more top plays, man. Some games we hadn't talked about yet. Shark, we got the Bucks laying 6 versus the Spurs. Line opened up at 8 last night. I know that Brook Lopez got ruled out. Not sure why it's come down to 6, in my opinion. Even the Spurs coming off of back-to-back, even playing in high altitude in Denver, where they played their starters damn near the last 9 minutes of the quarter. You guys got to watch these games when teams are on back-to-backs. I think the Bucks win this game by 10 plus easily. Shark, what are we doing?
I agree with you, and I am putting officially on record Milwaukee -6. And we look at what's going on here. Jay just laid the table. Another team on a 3rd and 4. This one, a road home back-to-back. And the Spurs are 2-0 ATS. They blow out the Magic. They scrap together a cover in Denver. You get an altitude travel point coming home. You get Milwaukee off one of their worst performances in the last 2 seasons, an absolutely useless performance in Miami the other night. And then you go to look at what happened last year. Late season in San Antonio, Milwaukee went in there and laid 7 points and got blown out. 146-125. DeMar DeRozan and the boys were hot from the get. Just one of those games that Milwaukee wants to forget. So you come back here. This is fairly recent history because this wasn't the last 6 or 7 games of the regular season last year. They lay the same figure. So when you lay 7 on the road, you get blown out by 21, and they drop the same average. They're telling you that was the outlier. The average still exists. Should come the other direction. I think Milwaukee handles them here by 10+, as Jay suggested.
What we doing, Junior? What you think about this? So I can't say. I was wondering. I'm like, why the hell's the line coming down? Drew Holiday is playing. I know Brook Lopez is out, but Junior, maybe some money coming in on the Spurs. I don't care. The fact I'm glad that they covered their game last night, and they do come on this one as 2-0 against the spread. Junior, what you think about this game?
Yeah, I haven't pulled the trigger on the game because I actually have a player prop on our boy, the Greek Freak. I actually took under 28.5 against the Heat because last season, as we all know, he averaged like 16 points against them in the regular season, like 23 in the playoffs, and they added PJ Tucker, who was practicing against him every single day last year, and they held him under that number. I'm going the opposite. You look at the Spurs roster. Who in God's name on that roster can match up with Giannis? Not a single person could come remotely close.
You put Pirtle on him. Pirtle.
Right.
I'm messing with you.
Yeah, I'm not going to disrespect the former Raptor Jakob, but he's in way over his head. He cannot move his feet nearly quick enough to keep up with Giannis. So I expect Giannis to bounce back, not only because he played a subpar game, but his team got trounced in game 1. You can't really think, I don't think he's going to fail to show up. I don't know if you guys watched that game, but the Bucks threw in the towel basically after the first quarter. That game was a wash. Like after the first quarter, they were like, you know what? Ain't nobody in here playing over 25 minutes. Let's just get the hell out of Miami and get on the road and get to San Antonio and pick up a W. So a very long-winded way to say Giannis over 28.5. I know 28.5 is a lot of points, but against this team, I'm not worried.
Yeah, I think this is one guy I really don't agree with this line coming down. Like I hadn't bet it yet. I'm gonna do some more research. I don't agree with it coming down to 6. I think someone's smoking. I mean, you can't go too much off the last game. The Spurs are 2-0 ATS. They're not making the playoffs this year. This is the worst Spurs team in years, guys. Just watch and see. So they will be 2-1 ATS after tonight. They did give a lot of energy last night in high altitude. Now you got to fly back to the house where you already run your first game. The Bucks want to get that sour taste out their mouth. I'm pretty sure I'll be on Bucks -6. Shark, let's go to what we got. Pelicans versus Timberwolves, my guy. Timberwolves land 7, 74% of the public on them as well. But hey, the Timberwolves look like a one-way train right now. It's either you ride with them or you stay off for a little while. And the exact opposite with the Pelicans. Either you fade them or you stay off. It's another one, 3rd, 4th, back-to-back. On the road is what rolled back-to-back even worse, Shark. What you think?
Yeah, again, laying the table perfectly, Jay. I think we're looking at a chalk special here. And if we can say chalk special about a Minnesota Timberwolves team that started off the campaign so pathetically last year, that should tell you something. This is not taking the 2015 Warriors to cover a -7.5. This is the Minnesota Timberwolves who are showing signs of really turning a corner in their professionalism. Of course, this team has always had raw talent. I mean, Anthony Edwards can jump out of the building. D'Angelo Russell coming out of Ohio State 6-7 years ago. I mean, that kid can ball, but in his mind, can he focus? Does he have fluidity within the roster? Of course, Karl Anthony Towns, number 1 overall pick out of Kentucky, same type of story. Is he soft? Is he flex? Can he bang inside? What is his deal? Is he going to complain? Whatever. I think our boy Finch has come in there and gotten a handle on this group. Of course, Saunders' son came in there, a bit of a, I wouldn't say mercy hire, but definitely maybe not the most professional hire there. I think this group has gotten it together. I really look at what I like to cross-reference teams, what Atlanta did with McMillan coming in here. After the coaching change, I think that Minnesota is an absolute buy team. And then you go to the matchup last year. New Orleans did lay 8.5 points in Minnesota and lose outright early season with Zion in the lineup. Then they went in there later on and laid 4 and pushed. this is moving 10 points against the last outcome for a reason. New Orleans is down right now. They're fatigued. They're coming out of back-to-back in the center of the country. Chicago, then Minnesota in the cold in October. This is not where you want to back the road underdog here. I got it last night. I have Timberwolves -6.5 an official play.
Got you. My guy knows the guy in the chat as well, saying he's going with Anthony Edwards over 3.5 assists as well. So it's a damn good look. Junior, what you think about this game? You think the Timberwolves is some money to be made with them early in the season?
Yeah, but I need to see more. And me personally, you know me, I love to just watch games after the fact. I've been watching games all morning, just trying to get caught up, and I haven't watched any of their games. So I'm gonna just stay away until I can watch some tape and just see what they're about. Because if I try to pretend like I can handicap them without watching their games, I can't. I got to see what they're about. I can read the box scores and I can make an educated decision, but I still need to. I don't know. I still believe in the eye test. I'm old school like that, I guess. So I'm just passing on it just for lack of knowledge. I need to at least watch one of their games before I could give you my proper opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you one thing, something we said all last season. I was never, ever going to invest in any game involving the Timberwolves while Flip Saunders' son was a coach. That just was never going to happen. I'm sorry. Because we know why he got hired. No disrespect to him, but they need a real NBA coach before I could say these guys are X or Y. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that, my guys. I definitely think it was a mercy hire, but hey, that's a whole nother conversation. They got their coach. They got Russell's healthy, Cat's healthy, Anthony Edwards, you know what I'm saying, trending upwards. They got some guys off the bench as well. So I'm not laying the 7 here, but I definitely think there's money to be made on the Timberwolves, my guys. Last game up, man, we got the Grizzlies versus the Clippers here. Line opened up at 3.5. It's sitting at 4.5 now for the Clippers. They're starting to get some love. Totals pretty much stayed the same at 226. Junior, did you have any look on this late night game?
Sorry, which game did you say?
Grizzlies and Clippers.
Grizzlies, Clippers. Grizzlies plus 4.5. It's not a look, but I'm very, very interested in it. I'm just kind of wary of disrespecting the Clippers. The Clippers, I think that they're one of those teams where variance is probably going to catch up to them. Because, like, is Reggie Jackson going to keep balling out of his mind for an extended period of time? Maybe. He did it in Oklahoma City, but that was like 5, 6 years, 7 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't want to put too much stock in the Reggie Jackson thing, but that was the biggest difference between them flaming out of the playoffs and them doing what they did, right? So, he got himself a new contract, but I just think that everything went right for the Clippers in the playoffs last year, and that could be who they are, because Ty Lue might be disrespected and he might need more credit than he's gotten, because just like every other coach that's won with LeBron, you know, LeBron is the one that gets the credit. Spoelstra's a championship coach, but do they talk about him in the way that they should? I don't think so. Frank Vogel's a championship coach. Does anyone ever say Frank Vogel led the Lakers? Nobody talks about his coaches, right? So Ty Lue is one of them guys, and he might be the real deal, but I just don't think I have a big enough sample size to say yes. I will say that I'm leaning towards yes, because unlike Doc Rivers, he got his team to overperform in the playoffs as opposed to underperform. So just need to see more. But I might be buying stock in the Clippers. I'm not going to lie to you, because I think that they're going to be undervalued for the early part of the season until there's more of a sample size for the odds makers to go by.
What you think about this one, Shar? Yeah, and Reggie Jackson actually had a terrible game last game. 4 for 19, only 11 points. I could see him bouncing back, and I can see him bouncing back in this one. That was against, like, he was going up against some defenders over there. The Warriors, the Grizzlies have dropped defensively, in my opinion, and they like to run fast paced. Shark, what you think about this one, my guy? Do you agree with the line move up to 4.5?
Yeah, this was a tough cap for me. I went through it. I couldn't really find a whole lot of detail. I mean, of course, Grizzlies did lose the last 2 in the regular season last year by double digits to the Clippers. They did beat them in the first matchup last year emphatically in Memphis, 122-94. So if Memphis wants this game, they can go get it, no doubt about it. And I totally agree with what Junior said. That's what I said when I took the Warriors in the opener against the Clippers, just based on how I thought they totally went past expectations of the playoffs. I mean, you got Terrence Mann turning into Steph Curry to win a game against the Jazz in the third quarter. You got all sorts of stuff going on that was a bit outlierish. I do think the Clippers will get worse off of that, particularly early season. I don't mind backing Memphis in a double revenge game. I think Memphis is also one of those teams that came out relatively poorly last year in the first 20, 30 games and found some life down the stretch. And again, these are intelligent guys. I love the mental makeup of this group. I love my man Jenkins out of UPenn coaching that group. And I think that they will travel well here. Nothing official. I probably would lead Memphis, though, to keep it competitive and inside of 4 points.
Got you. Couldn't talk you off that one. I don't have a look on that game at all, my guys. I do know that the Grizzlies come off the win. Clippers come off the loss. They're at the house. I do think the Clippers are a lot better than people than they think. I think Paul George really going to turn up this year, possibly be an MVP race. It's not something I'm betting. I do know if I'd like the Grizzlies in this game, I'd like to have Dillon Brooks, their best perimeter defender by far, in my opinion. And Nicholas Batum comes back for the Clippers as well. So a little bit closer to full roster. Another thing with the Grizzlies, keep an eye on this Steven Adams. They go from having Valanciunas, a real threat, Shark's brother, I may add, a real threat offensively, where Steven Adams basically just out there for rebounds and defense. I mean, he can get some points, but it's not just give him the ball and let him go score. That's actually a big difference in my opinion. So I'll be watching the Grizzlies close this year, how they flirt with that and not having Dillon Brooks, one of their biggest dogs on the team. So I guess what I'm saying is Clippers are nothing here for me. Not something I'm willing to bet or feel like I have that much of an edge. Junior, any plays today that you on a game that we hadn't talked about yet?
No, I was looking at those early games that y'all covered. I think I'll just go quick. This spread laying 8 with Atlanta on the road. No, thank you. I got the Pacers team total under. I got the Mavs. I'm not touching that Bulls game unless I take the points with the Pistons. I'm off the Minnesota Timberwolves, so nothing that y'all. I ain't got nothing on the games that y'all covered already.
Shark, you want to go? You want to go over your official? We finna get out of here. Hey, that's all the games, man. That's all the games.
Oh,
Shark.
Did y'all talk about Phoenix though? What y'all got on Phoenix?
Yeah. Oh, my guy. I had the Suns last night. But real quick, Junior, if you like, you can. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. We got Suns versus Blazers.
Yeah, if I get the Suns at 3, I'm gonna do it there. I see that FanDuel has it at 3. I don't really see it at 3 anywhere else right now, so I might jump on it at 3, maybe get that hook to 3.5. But even though they blew out the Lakers last night, I think it was an emotional game because it meant a lot to them. You seen the chirping back and forth between LeBron and campaign and all that. Devin Booker doing Russell Westbrook's little rock the cradle celebration. So I don't know if I want to back them then to go into a Portland team that might be a little desperate. But the problem with taking our laying points of Portland is, just like the case has been for years, they don't play no goddamn defense. And do I know that Chauncey Billups is a good enough coach to make the proper adjustments? I don't know that. So I'm off that.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Chauncey Billups is changing the whole way that the Blazers played offense. And just from what I'm seeing, I don't know if necessarily Dame agrees. But that's a whole nother conversation. That's for, you know what I'm saying? I think he'll want out here pretty soon. Obviously, the spot favors the Blazers here, so I'm not on Suns. Catch with them last night. But, Shark, break them off with your officials before we get out of here, my guy.
Yeah, it's a good-looking card for me today. As I said, we have a lot of teams in funky spots, traveling 3rd and 4 back-to-back situations. We fade these long-term, and we look at them. We have a lot of really good line numbers, too. Miami -4 on the road, really a good spot to fade Indy. Dallas bounce-back spot off a really lackluster opener, catching the Raptors off a huge high last night, -3.5. Taking the Wolves at -6.5 to continue an upward movement since a coaching change mid-season last year. Fading the Pelicans in an awful travel spot as well. Milwaukee buy low off a dud in Miami, a revenge game off a 21-point loss last season, late season in San Antonio, and the Trailblazers at -2.5. Triple revenge game, did lose all 3 last year, and this line is moving towards them for a reason. I think this is a tough travel spot for Phoenix tonight.
I'm with you. Junior, any plays you want to give out to people, any official plays? You're riding with us with the Mavs, right?
Riding with y'all with the Mavs, and then my other 2 plays are prop plays. Giannis over 28.5 and Pacers under 109.5 team total.
Let's get to it, my guys. Let's get to it. Yeah, I'm on the Mavs. I bet them at 3.5 last night. It's up to 4. I'll go official with the 4 with the current line. Give me Mavs -4. Got the hat on. Fanboy type shit. I don't give a damn. I think they're going to bounce back. The better offensively and defensively team, and they're coming off the loss, and they have the rest advantage as well. Give me the Mavs there -4. I'm also playing the Bucks, man. Give me the Bucks -6. Bounce back spot. I like that look, Alfonso Scott. LA Tech +7. I actually like that. I like that versus UTSA. But Give me Bucks official -6, and I'm gonna go with Mavs -6. I did sprinkle on Pistons +9 personal play. Now go official. It's at 8.5 now. I really wanted that 9. It's actually going down to 8 in a few places, but regardless, I think the Pistons will be even more competitive in this game than they were the first one. Sometimes they play a little bit better on the road. Give me, like I say, I did take Pistons +9 last night. Official Mavs -4. Bucks -6. Let's cash. Got Bucks like Milwaukee because, like Sam, I could sell, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. That's my guy Junior. We had my guy Tyrique Mims on here. It's my guy at Shark and Sports. Go and follow him on Twitter. Both of these guys, Junior Brown, 21, all that, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hit the like button, subscribe. Let's cash these tickets, and we out, my guys. It's us against the bookies. Let's cash.